And hello everyone, it is your favourite tyrannical ruler, Lord Frieza. And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Now, we normally do Let's Plays on this channel. Let me turn the talk back up in my headset here, I can't hear myself, that's better. We normally do Let's Plays on this channel, and we do Casting Call Club Trolls, Frieza Reacts. There's so many different things that, interviews, Q&As, and lots of other fun things that are planned in the future. Today I'm going to address something that I think needs addressed in the community. Sean Schemmel recently left Twitter tonight, within the last couple of hours since I started recording this, and probably within the last hour or so, maybe 2 max. And I felt like I needed to address this. I know this is a little outside of the criteria that I normally, make and produce on my channel. And I love you all so much. And I'm gonna show you a couple things right now. And by no means is this any type of attack or anything. I'm not trying to sit here and act like I report on the news or something. I don't do that. I'm not that type of YouTuber. I do fun, exciting, enjoyable content on my channel. My goal is to make you laugh and make myself laugh, and we both have fun while we do it. So it's different to, kind of just get in my booth, shut the door, turn my microphone on, put my headset on, and monitoring, and just kind of talk to you a little differently, and I don't normally do this. So, hopefully you guys like this, but I really feel like this needs to be addressed. Now, what you can see right here is a picture, and it's of tweets, all right, between Sean Schemmel and Christopher Sabat, who are, in turn, Goku and Vegeta, along with various other rules. But, Sean Schemmel had come out and he said, "I do love everyone's Dragon Ball Z enthusiasm, but the constant questions about release dates that I have no answer for drive me insane." Guys, I want you to take a look at this little clip right here, because you need to understand one thing. Before we even get to Sabat's reply, you need to understand one thing. As actors, sometimes we record something and we can't talk about it for up to a year sometimes. I've had rules where I couldn't speak on them for about a year. We sign non-disclosure agreements. Some of you that are subscribed to me are voice actors as well. I know that. I know some of you. You know what I'm talking about. So it's understandable that it can be a little frustrating when you go to a convention and you have 10,000 people in a line and they all come up to you and ask you the same question over and over again. I can understand why he would get frustrated. Could Sean have handled this a little better? Probably yes. And he left Twitter over this whole entire debacle. Maybe it was for the better. Maybe since he couldn't handle it that well, maybe it was for the better. And Sean, if you see this, which I highly doubt that you will, I respect you so much. You're a humongous inspiration to me as an actor. I've looked up to you since I was a little boy. When you were in the booth, you inspired me to go in the booth. You're one of the reasons why I'm in a booth right now as I record this. You helped me build this. Same with Sabat, same with Steve Bloom. You three are like the pinnacles of my inspiration, alongside voice actors such as Vic Mignogna or Todd Haberkorn. You see where I'm going with this, guys? The point that I'm trying to make is it can be frustrating to get asked the same question over and over again. But I want you guys to understand that Sean by no means does not love this community. He loves it. But I want you to take a look at this clip right here.
The other hard thing about this job is the fact that the most exciting stuff we work on is always the stuff that we're doing right now, and it's always stuff we cannot talk about. Like we can't. By the time we're even allowed to announce that we're on it, it's usually several months or sometimes even a year has passed before we're actually allowed to tell anyone.
Now, do you see what I said? Sometimes, you can't just speak on things. You can't just talk on them. You're not allowed to sometimes. It doesn't work like that. And afterwards, Sabat responded with, "Gosh, I feel sorry for you, Sean. It must be torture to have so many people dying to know when they can hear your work," with a wink face. Now, guys, Sean and Chris, to my knowledge, have been friends for years. They seem to get along pretty well in interviews. I've watched interviews with them from the late 90s all the way to 2015 and 2016 to this date. Following movies like Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F. And I think Sabat was kind of just having a little joke at his buddy. And, Sean replied with, "It is when you have been asked by 80% of people in line at every con and thousands of Twitter followers, #fuck you. Was that the proper approach to take? Probably not." But afterwards, Sean recently just closed his Twitter. Now, guys, another thing you need to understand is Sean has sent out a tweet about 2 weeks back, maybe. As I'm recording this, I didn't find it. I'll try to find it in post whenever I'm editing this. But he had said, look, I'm done with Twitter. I'm probably going to delete it in the next couple of weeks because I just can't handle it anymore. You know, it's just too much. And like I said, maybe it's for the better. And afterwards, after all this went down, we went ahead and seen this tweet right here from Christopher Sabat. Christopher Sabat replied and said, "Dear fans, you do not annoy me for being excited because being excited is what makes a fan. I am honored you love the shows that I work on." I myself liked it. And he makes a very strong point. Schemmel has been going through a couple of issues on Twitter lately because fans have been bombarding him. You know, and just like Sabat gets, hell, I even get questions. I get questions all the time. When's the Super Dub coming? Do you know? Have you recorded for it yet? I'm not recording for Super because I'm not in it, guys. The point is, I get these questions on a much smaller scale than them, and I get them on a frequent basis. Okay? Having an almost 25,000 subscriber Dragon Ball YouTube channel, I get them consistently. All the time. I can only imagine what these two gentlemen go through, let alone the rest of the cast. Now, and a lot of people are saying, oh my gosh, did he quit voice acting? No, Sean did not quit voice acting. He's been doing this role for 15 years. 15 plus years. He's not going anywhere. You're probably going to get another 10 out of him because Super's going to go on. Maybe we'll get another movie. I don't think we're going to get anything new besides that. But when I say 10 years, I mean, like, you know, he'll probably be doing little bits and stuff here and there for stuff. Games and stuff. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I just want people to understand one thing. You know, don't heckle actors about stuff. The reason why I showed you that clip is because we want you to know we may do something, but we are legally bound to not being allowed to speak about it until we are publicly allowed to announce it. We have no control over that. It's completely out of our hands. We don't have a say-so in that. Zero say-so. It's unfortunate that this happened, and I feel that the Dragon Ball Twitter community felt a little silent tonight and felt a little empty. Everyone's going to go and voice their opinions on it, and I felt like I wanted to voice mine. I wanted to bring you guys up to speed on one thing. I don't want anyone to think that Sean Schemmel hates you as fans, because he does not hate you as fans. He's incredibly thankful.
One that sticks out of my mind is a grown man crying when he met me. I met this guy at a convention, and he must have been in his 40s, and they go, "This is the guy that," and I go, "Hi, nice to meet you." He goes, "I love you, man." I was like, okay. But he loves, I know he's saying he loves my work. He also loves what Goku embodies.
Because I don't feel like really that important a person that people really actually need to wait in a line to talk to me. I've always really tried to give each person that comes up and waits any amount of time to talk to me like personal attention.
It's an honor for me, really, is what it is. I'm like, you drove 500 miles to see me, and you're like honored to meet me. I'm honored to meet you because you're going to come see me. You know? It's a very humbling experience.
You guys have made it so that he can eat. He can pay for gas in his car. You know, when this show first started in the late 90s and Goku was in the tank healing, Sean Schemmel was a struggling actor, literally working gig to gig, which some of us are still that. He literally is working gig to gig at that time. He would call his father and say, "Look, Dad, I don't have money for gas right now. Goku's healing. Can you give me some money?"
I know Sean even went through stages when Goku would be injured. It would be damaging to his
my pocketbook.
Yeah,
because I would call my dad
yeah.
and ask him for money. I'd say, "Goku's sick and in the tank. I have no lines. Can I borrow money for gas?" Like, it was one of those things where, you know, it affects your life in that way.
When I first got the role, the beginning of the experience was really difficult, actually.
He would call me every now and then. He's like, "Hey, Chris, yeah, is Goku gonna be on the show this week? Because I don't have a whole lot of money, and I'm just curious. Is he still in the recuperation tank?" I'm like, yeah, he is, Sean. And turned out that Sean's, bank account was directly proportional to Goku's appearance and presence.
That's how serious it was for him. He connected with Goku, and he really grew into the part of Goku.
So all those big moments that fans appreciate, we definitely appreciate.
We definitely appreciate it.
Because when you're screaming like that for hours and hours, you don't have a choice but to really deeply connect with a character like that, because you're throwing your soul into that character.
Oh yeah, it is absolutely. You feel like you're going to vibrate apart in the booth.
I was going through a lot of personal things. I was right after I got the role, I started going through a divorce, and so having to go. When you have to go and sometimes really late at night and go play the happiest-go-luckiest character in the world for 7 hours straight when your life's falling apart is very difficult. And this isn't a woe is me story, but it's like, I love Goku for that reason, because it was something that when I was going through a lot of tough times, I had that. And it was something that I could be really proud of, especially when I met kids and I could see their looks on their faces.
That's not even the part that he actually wanted when he first got this job. He was more keen on getting the voice of Ginyu when this first started. But later on, when he discovered how great Goku was as a character and how much deeper, he could go and the show could go, he warmed up to it a bit. And I'm not going to try to sit here and rant too much. I'm just trying to let you know that he did connect with this character. He did connect with this community. He does care about it. I think that it's just a little much for him to handle the social media aspect of things, and maybe it was better that he left. Do I hope he comes back? Yes. But I really hope that in the future, maybe some of the fans and some of the community can understand that even if we do know about something, sometimes we can't answer you. And with that, I'm going to close it out. I don't really know if I'll ever do another video like this, guys. I don't know. I don't normally do videos like this. I kind of liked doing it. It was kind of nice to just vent, from one actor to another, that I understand what he's going through, because I get asked this kind of stuff, but on a much, much smaller scale. There's a grander scale to what he encounters. And with that, I'll see you all in my next video. Ha 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 ha. Okay, bye.